Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. And it's up to Lee's team to spot who is telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Stuart. So, Victoria, what is Stuart to you?
This is Stuart. He once laughed so much at something I said on Only Connect, he passed out.
Right, so Victoria's fainting fan. Greg, how do you know Stuart?
This is Stuart, and when I opened his butcher's shop, he paid me in sausages.
Greg's butcher buddy. And finally, David, what is your relationship with Stuart?
This is Stuart. He's the lollipop man. He's the lollipop man whose lollipop I held when he was suddenly called away on non-lollipop-related business.
So, there we have it. Lee's team, where do you want to begin?
Right. I've seen Only Connect. First question, what was the team called?
No, he wasn't on the show.
Oh, he's in the audience.
A viewer at home.
Oh, he's a viewer at home.
Well, you'll know, Lee, because you've seen the show, one of my hilarious jokes. He actually passed out at home from laughing.
Right. Do you want to have a little bit of time, or do you want to tell us that hilarious joke? But before you do, I must warn you, watching at home, you might want to turn the volume down. What Victoria is about to say could kill you.
It wasn't really a joke, it was a story. So one of the clues, a picture clue, and it was Schnorbits.
Bernie Winter's dog?
Yeah, the dog, exactly.
Very well done. Obviously, you'd have to identify all four to get the points, but... And I told a story as background to the question about the time that Schnorbits fell into Terry Scott's swimming pool and had to be rescued by Barbara Windsor. Control yourself, Stuart.
That story resulted in somebody laughing so much, well, my God, it's the way you tell them.
I think what really got Stuart might have been my subsequent quip. That's a party I'd like to have been at.
No, even with that, I'm... Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a nice, witty comment. I could crack a smile at home. I might even, if I was watching it, I'd go...
It's not necessarily a joke. I think it was just... It's a funny story.
Is it not true that the average Only Connect audience member may be, you know, a little bit elderly and people are just regularly passing out anyway?
It's a practical question. If this happened in his house, how do you know about it? Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
His family wrote to me and said that he was hospitalised laughing at something I'd said.
They weren't after money, were they?
No, they said, you know, they thought I'd like to know about it because maybe I would send him a get-well-soon card, which I did.
All right. Who would you like to quiz next?
OK, so, Greg, what's the name of the butchers?
Sampson's.
Samson's?
Sampson's...
Yeah. He's risking it a bit, having his hair cut like that, isn't he?
It's Stuart Sampson, so it's his butchers.
Sampson's Butchers.
Because I grew up in Bromley. It was our local family butcher. And then...
He used to butcher families? But only if they live locally?
Yeah.
I'm the local family butcher. Do you live local and have you got a family?
Yeah, he's the family butcher, and then when I left... And then I got onto Radio 1. Mum and Dad still know Stuart, so he said, would Greg want to come down, maybe bring Radio 1 down, bit of press coverage.
OK.
So... Do you like sausages?
Love sausages.
Oh, great.
Who
So
doesn't
this
love
is like
sausages?
the perfect way of paying you, because you don't have to pay tax on it, you don't have to declare it. Did you declare
I don't need to get into that. Why are you...
But this is
We're all getting paid in sausages, so...
How far far ahead of this gig did you know that was... Presumably, you were just doing it as a favour to an old family friend.
Well, we did it as a wacky bit on the radio.
Oh, it was included on the radio show?
So we went to his shop and we were broadcasting live from the butcher's.
OK.
And so we sort of cut the ribbon, but it was a string of sausages.
Right.
So that was the...
And what, did you do a speech?
Well, I said, here we go, welcome to... welcome...
Did you write that yourself?
Yeah. It got better.
Oh, right. There's only one way to go, though, to be fair.
Now, what about David?
David.
Lollipop man, standing.
You held his lollipop stick so he could go and do non-lollipop duties?
Yes.
So, first of all, what were the non-lollipop duties?
He had to hurry home because a sofa was being delivered.
Presumably, then, he didn't actually return, so it wasn't
He didn't return.
So it wasn't a short standing, you were
the lollipop man.
I was for, I mean, I would say between 9 and 11 minutes.
Wow. Let's just say, like normal people, for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Did he give you the uniform?
He gave me his hat and a sort of flory jacket thing.
Tabard thing.
Yeah, and the all-important rod of power.
How many children do you think you helped cross the road?
Say maybe 30.
OK, so between 29 and 31. And did you... Did you have any banter with the kids?
No.
Did you just do your usual of, hurry up?
No, I think I probably, I went, oh, right, yes, this way.
This way?
This way.
I think they know the way.
Can I ask a question about emotion?
He won't know the answer.
How did you feel when you were the lollipop man?
Holding the rod of power.
I felt a bit stressed, but it went fine. Only a couple of minor injuries.
Tell us about how it began. Now, were you there dropping off your own child at the school, or did you just happen to be on one of your long runs in the morning? I mean, what were you doing?
I was dropping off...
I think what Rob's asking is, what were you doing within 200 yards of a playground? Given the, given the court
most
order.
people are allowed.
Right.
Wait, hold on a minute. Did David tell you about this story about the lollipop guy?
OK, well, first of all, this isn't true, because Stuart is a person that laughed at one of my jokes.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm completely... Yeah,
This is new territory on the show now.
Yes, I'm in a slightly odd place philosophically. Let me say, I'll use the conditional tense. Were this to be true, which it isn't, David certainly would have come home a bit flustered and told me what occurred.
David, you've obviously heard Victoria telling you about Stuart fainting. You've heard about that? And you...
Well, no, because it's not true.
All right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Stuart Victoria's fainting fan, Greg's butcher buddy, or David's lollipop lender?
I think it's Victoria.
Why?
I just know, I just had because first I thought,
Yeah, but
OK,
she told us the joke.
No, I know, but...
I'd like to say, all right, it was quite amusing, but it wasn't even that.
But the punchline was, oh, I would have loved to have been at that party. That was the punchline. Was that the punchline, or...?
You haven't seen my show, have you?
No.
I don't watch it, it's too risky.
Yeah.
Victoria, how did you feel when you heard the news?
About the injury?
No, about your husband being a lollipop man.
I would say it was a mixture of concerned and delighted.
All right.
To have told a story that was so funny someone was hospitalised... Maybe you'll find out one day.
All right, who is telling the truth?
I think it's Victoria, personally.
I'm just going to put it out there. It's Greg, and I know you two don't agree with me.
You think, Victoria, you think Greg?
Go on, Captain, you decide.
Yeah, you go.
It's me or him. You decide.
It is literally 50-50.
Can I just say it might be me as well?
We are going to go with Victoria.
Stuart, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Stuart, and laughed that hard at Victoria's very funny story.
Yes, Stuart is Victoria's fainting fan. Thank you very much, Stuart. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to Lee's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Richard. So, John, what is Richard to you?
This is Richard. He's the stunt horse rider who galloped me through a moonlit forest so I wouldn't miss the Man United Bolton game.
Gabby, how do you know Richard?
This is Richard. He is the flight attendant who persuaded me I wasn't dying, but I had trapped wind.
And finally, David, what's your relationship with Richard?
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
Lovely. So, there we have it. Lee.
Right. Would you like me to describe him, by the way? Would that help you suss out which of the three he might know?
Yeah, a little bit of audio description.
OK, well, he looks quite a cool dude, actually, so we can rule out that he knows David. Actually, I think you might know him because he's dressed as a policeman and he's not talking.
So who are you going to quiz first?
Right, John. He's the stuntman that covered you.
No, we were using horses in this production I was filming, and we were in Scotland, and that's when he offered to help me.
But what was it you said? You said he galloped you to a television. So what, you got on the back, spooned behind him?
Well... I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I was spooning him. No, I was just riding on the back of his horse.
And you were clothed?
Fully clothed. Yeah.
And the horse would have been quicker than a car in this instance?
In this instance, yes. We talked about it early in the day, and he said, I know exactly where you can watch it. There's a pub over there, and I can definitely get you there for kick-off. And
he literally pulled up outside the pub. You jumped off and ran into the pub like a desperate cowboy.
Well, no, he came in with me.
Oh, he came in with you?
And where did you put the...
Tied it up outside.
You tied it up outside on the thing? Was this in, like, mid-America in the 1870s? What do you mean you tied... What thing did you tie it to?
Well, I didn't see. I just got off the horse, and then he came in.
You got where you were going and you went into a bar, and you didn't take the horse purely for the joke that would have followed.
Am I the only one who doesn't know what the joke would be?
The reason why you
Why the long face?
Yeah, but the reason why you've never heard that joke, Rob, is because it's a bit sensitive with you, isn't it?
You sound like you've got quite a little round face.
Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chris. I sound like...
It wasn't meant to be a compliment, but...
What kind of faces do the rest of us sound like
that's
we
quite
have?
interesting, yeah.
Take some time with Lee in particular.
Lee just... He sounds like he looks like a cheeky little monkey who's the only one that knows he's about to fling a poo.
Wow. That kind of... Please, can I use that on my posters for the next tour? What about David?
Oh, David! From voice alone. He sounds like he looks like a Toby jug of a duck.
That is bang on.
That is the image I go for.
I think this deaf neighbour of yours was right the first time. Right. Lee, who would you like to quiz next?
OK, Gabby.
Just remind us, Gabby, for the benefit
this is
of the
Richard,
slower
and he
members.
is the airline steward who persuaded me I wasn't dying. I had trapped wind.
OK, so what were your symptoms?
I felt like really breathless, and I just couldn't... I felt like I couldn't get a breath at first.
You hadn't opened the window again, had you?
And, my husband looked across the aisle and said, "You look a bit pale."
Well, you say your husband looked across, you mean he came from economy up to first class.
He said, "You look a bit pale," and I said, I can't get any breath, and I felt really, really uncomfortable.
Where were you going to?
We were going home.
From?
Well, that helps us. We were going home.
We were going from Gibraltar.
Quite close to home at this point?
No, quite early on in the flight, about 10, 15 minutes into the flight, I started to feel a bit dodgy. Anyway, then, lo and behold, Richard came down and he said, "Are you all right?" I said, "I'm really not feeling great, actually." He said, "Come up here," and brought me up into the galley.
Yeah.
And then, well, I heard him talking to the captain, and then I heard the word doctor being mentioned, and I heard the words...
Oh, my God, what do you mean you heard the word doctor? Because that could be quite scary if he said, "Listen, pilot, we need a..." I'm not a pilot, actually, I'm a doctor. That would have released the wind.
I thought I was dying. I thought I'd ruptured my appendix or something like that.
And what kind of things did he say to calm you down?
I think he said, "Well, if we do go down in the sea, don't worry, you're full of wind, you'll float for longer." And then
Well, at some point...
chilled her out.
At some point, he kind of knelt down in his very caring way and said, "There is a possibility this could be trapped wind," which filled me with horror. Because it was just going to all come out at some point, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but better than dying.
So then he just went one step further, and he said to me, "If we lower the plane, there's a good chance..."
Well, so your internal pressure would be less?
So he said, "There's a good chance it could come out, but I've got to warn you..."
Whoa. Would that work? Does the science add up there that you're more likely to release wind?
At this point...
By that logic, everyone would be farting on takeoff.
You're not saying that it was beginning its descent?
Well, I don't know how far out it would begin its descent, but...
Well, not 15 minutes after takeoff.
No, it wasn't 15 minutes. By this point, we're like over halfway into the journey.
So he said to the cockpit, "Bring it down," and did they do that?
Apparently, they did.
Quick, bring the plane down, I think she might blow.
Yeah.
So what happens? They bring it down, and what was the effect on you?
Well, within a few seconds, minutes maybe, a tiny little burp came out of my mouth.
Of your mouth?
Out of your mouth?
Yes. And I thought, that's it. I'm good. And I walked back to my seat.
Did everybody cheer and clap?
Yeah. The truth is, when I say that...
The truth is, it didn't happen, Gavin. That's the truth.
The truth is, when
None of this has ever happened. I don't think you've even ever been to Gibraltar. The only bit of this that I believe is that you fart a lot.
What about David? Remind us of your claim.
This is Richard. He came to my aid at the local tip when I lost my specs in his great big skip.
What were you doing at the tip? What were you getting rid of?
I was getting...
Not another body, David.
Not another body, no. I bury them. Cover them in acid. But no, this was 2 CD players and a DVD player.
What did you do with them at the tip?
I put them in the small electrical goods skip thing.
And so what did you do? Did you lean right over to put them further in the middle?
I leant right over.
Did you place them? Was it a shallow skip?
No, it was deep. You had to go up a staircase, like a wheelie set of stairs.
Yes. Now, most people throw things in skips by just lobbing them. They don't lean over. And I'm trying to work out...
stairs and then lean over, no?
Yeah, the up the stairs thing, I'm not quite... I mean, how tall was this skip?
Why didn't you just throw them in?
It was about a foot high, but I thought it would be fun to climb a staircase.
Take us now to the crux. The losing of the glasses.
The losing of the glasses. OK, so I'm throw the things in, the skip, and they make a crashing sound, and I lean in to peer to see what I, in my mightiness, have wrought. My glasses were a bit loose, and...
You had quite a sweaty head from all of the effort of lugging the 2 CD players and the DVD
the effort
player.
going up all the stairs thinking, this isn't very practical. What if I was throwing away a dishwasher? And they slid down my sweaty Toby Jug duck beak.
And fell into the skip?
And fell into the skip.
Did you shout for help?
I went, excuse me!
And then what, Richard appeared?
He appears. He goes into the skip.
Yeah?
I mean, I'd explained in words what had happened. I said, my glasses just fell off. They should be directly below here.
And did he not say, well, in you go, then?
Yeah, why did he think
he
it was
didn't
his
say in you
job
go
to do
then.
that?
He said, it's all right, I'll go in and get them.
And did you ask why?
Why he'd go in and get them?
Yeah.
Why, did I want to talk him out of it?
So he'd come over and you'd said, could you go and get my glasses?
I quacked, he gave me some bread. I said, actually, that's not good for me, I need seed.
Never, ever say that to a stranger at the tip.
So, did you get the glasses?
Yes.
Good. Right, we need an answer. So, Lee's team. Is Richard John's horseback hero, Gabby's steward saviour, or David's rubbish rescuer?
Oh, tricky.
Really tricky.
Chris.
I can't go with Gabby myself.
I don't know. Like, trapped wind is very painful.
What about David?
If anybody's going to the tip to do the physical work, it's Mrs. Mitchell, isn't it?
So who are you thinking, John?
Well, we were chatting earlier in the green room, and he told me he was a Man United fan.
OK.
OK, so, what are you going to say, Lee?
We'll go John.
You're going John. OK. Richard, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Richard, and I am the flight attendant that helped Gabby.
Richard, you're on national television. Did you ask the pilot to lower the plane?
We were descending anyway.
Yes, Richard is Gabby's steward saviour. Thank you very much, Richard. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Roy. So, Liz, what is Roy to you?
This is Roy. Roy used to play the lottery every week till I convinced him not to, and that week his numbers came up.
Annika, how do you know Roy?
This is Roy. I like to paint him naked in my kitchen.
And finally, Lee, what is your relationship with Roy?
This is Roy. I once spent the night in his petrol station wearing nothing but my wife's dressing gown.
David's team, where do you want to begin?
OK, well, Liz, that's quite an unlikely story. I mean, statistically, there is no point you can get a lottery ticket when you're not more likely to die before the numbers are drawn than for your numbers to come up.
You didn't get that ad campaign, did you, David?
No, and that's how unlikely it is. So his numbers came up the next week.
But what you've just said is essentially what I said to him.
Yeah.
I don't play the lottery. And so Roy works with me.
Yeah.
Works on Silent Witness.
Mm-hmm.
And...
in what capacity?
In the art department.
OK.
So we would talk. I was like, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? You never know. Never know. And then he approached his 40th, and I was like, break a habit.
So Roy's 40?
Yeah.
At least 40?
He looks young.
What would he have won?
He got 5 balls, numbers, whatever, and then the bonus one. I think that gets you £1 million.
£1 million?
Yeah.
Did you know what his numbers were before he stopped?
No.
So the week after he stopped, he told you, yeah, that last week, those were my numbers. Is that what happened?
He told me and he showed me.
He had a previous ticket from a previous week and he showed you that and the numbers that had come up the first week he hadn't played the lottery. So he's quite angry. He's bringing in a lot of evidence. Here's my file entitled, "You Have Ruined My Life."
And clearly, Roy still speaks to you after...
Well, I mean, obviously, we still work together because he didn't win.
Right, David, who would you like to question next?
OK, Annika, you like to paint him naked?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Roy, lovely, beautiful Roy, as I call him, is a life model. And so he comes round to my house sometimes and gets... Strips, and I paint him.
Would you be prepared to paint him fully clothed? Or is
I thought you were going to say, would you be prepared to do me on a Wednesday? if I pay you...
What medium, Annika? Are you in charcoal,
I work
oils?
in oils. I do
You're
like...
an oil.
I'm an oil person
Yes.
with Roy quite a lot.
What, he covers himself in oil and then you paint it?
Oil paint.
Oil paint.
Oh, I was about to say, big man, what are you dealing with, man? How long have you been painting?
About 10 years, properly. And Roy is one of the regular models.
Do you pay Roy?
Yes, you pay him.
So
He's a
what
professional
happens? You
model.
make an appointment with him.
I make an appointment.
Ding dong.
He comes in...
Is that his nickname?
No, you're at home. You've got your equipment out. Ding dong. And then now he doesn't arrive naked, does he?
No,
what happens?
No, he...
go on, you can work it out, Rob.
So I've got a studio next to the kitchen if I'm doing big oil painting in the studio.
Oh.
But then we go into the kitchen and I'll carry on sketching and things. And because he's been painting
he's still
naked,
nude,
he's still naked. Because
Yeah.
I know him so well, he doesn't bother to put a pant on or anything like that.
Not a single solitary pant.
How many variations of a naked man can you do? Not that you're telling the truth, because I am.
What you don't know about Roy is he does the most extraordinary dynamic poses. So
different
it's
pose every week.
endless. Oh, it's endless. Can you show it?
I'd
No.
love to see. I'd love to show us. Yes.
Well,
I'm sorry, you're trying to make it all tasteful. All we're thinking of the bloke.
No,
Is it with the fruit bowl again, Annika?
He can do the most
I'm not holding those grapes again. 3 hours that's all last time. Especially with my hands on my head. I can't hold my grapes for those.
Why don't you position Lee
Yes,
into
how would
some
you
of the poses that you enjoy with Roy? And take your time over this, Annika. So one last thing. Lee, please don't take your clothes off.
Okay.
So after a cup of tea, you are going to take your clothes off, and I'll hold the tea.
Yeah.
So what sort of poses do you normally do?
I'm still taking my clothes off. I've got the pants on. I'm leaving them on for a second.
Yeah.
Thought I'm doing this one. This is it.
Okay.
I've got the T-shirt off yet.
I'll just mix my paint.
Right, now I'm down to my pants.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So, are you going to... Could you...
Well, look the other way.
Pants?
Look away?
Yeah.
Why do you want to look away?
Because I'm not working yet. It's when I say go.
Okay.
I can't do it if you're going to look at me. Can you look the other way? Roy, get round here as quick as you can.
Annika, you haven't put the heater on.
Are you comfortable?
I'm not comfortable, no.
No.
The lady came round for an autograph.
Should we see what sort of position?
Hang on, let me see the cash first. You have to count it. I'm doing it, trying to put it in there, but I've got nothing on. Is that going in the folds of my skin? What do you want me to do? What position?
Get on your knees.
On my knees?
This is looking like a hostage situation.
Now what do I do? Yeah?
Do you want to preps?
Yeah. Oh!
Oh! Yeah.
Hang on. Is someone going to fire a gun?
That's the sort of thing.
Position that Roy
well,
does.
thank you, Lee. Put your clothes back on. All right. What about Lee?
So what is the...
I've forgotten myself. This is Roy. I once spent the night in his petrol station wearing nothing but my wife's dressing gown.
Why are you in the petrol station overnight?
Because I got locked out of my house.
How did you get locked out of your house?
Well, I went out of the house, didn't have my keys. I mean, how'd you do it?
Why were you only wearing your wife's dressing gown when you left the house?
I was at home, alone. My wife was away. It was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I suddenly woke up in a cold sweat because I hadn't put the bins out. And I panicked, and I suddenly got up out of bed, and I like to wear just my pants in bed. Tell me if it gets too arousing. So I grabbed what I think is my dressing gown from the back of the bedroom door, and I realised straight away that it's my wife's. I think I'm only taking the bins. It's only like a quick second job in it. So I go downstairs because that's where the front door is.
Yes.
And we used to have it on the middle floor, but many injuries. And so I went out the front door, and I just did that with my hand. Oh, turn round, slam.
So why don't you go like next door or something?
It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I live in a castle.
Now you walk barefoot.
Well, no, human feet.
To the garage.
I walked to the garage.
And what do you find there?
I found Roy, and he was reading a paper. There's not much business at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know. And I remember he went... Very hairy feet, sir. I said, I've locked myself out. Is there any chance I could borrow your phone? So I could phone my wife.
Where was she?
She was at a relative's house.
In a safe house.
Did you know Roy previously?
Well, I'd been in the petrol station a few times, but he won't recognise it because I was always wearing a balaclava. Anyway, I borrow his phone.
Yeah.
I dial straight to answering machine.
So what
and the answering machine just said, hi, not here at the moment. If this is Lee, I still don't want to see you. So I said to Roy, God, now what? We had a little coffee and then started having a chat, and he was really nice. He said, you're my favourite on the show, and... I said, oh,
it's a lie.
And then when punters came in and just saw you, did they just...
Occasionally, because it's 24/7, you know. It's a bit awkward.
Well,
we had a laugh with the first few customers. By the fifth one, we thought it'd be funny if we didn't tell them and I just held his hand.
And then she came back in the morning.
She came back in the morning, and I said,
everything back to normal.
I'm sorry, but I'm in love with Roy.
All right, we need an answer. So, David's team is Roy, Liz's lottery loser, Annika's kitchen companion, or Lee's forecourt friend?
It's absolutely not Lee's, much as we've enjoyed your contribution.
The thing I don't believe about Liz is that it says he's 40. Now, I know black don't crack, but he is not 40.
I'm leaning towards Annika's suddenly.
All right, what are you going to say?
I
think Annika?
Yes.
Annika?
I think Annika.
OK. You're going to go Annika?
Right, they're saying Annika. Roy, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Roy, and Annika paints me naked in her kitchen.
Yes, Roy is Annika's kitchen companion. Thank you very much, Roy. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to Lee's team to spot who is telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Lumbu. So, Guz, what is Lumbu to you?
This is Lumbu, and when I work away from home, he sleeps in the same room as me to protect me from ghosts.
Claudia, how do you know Lumbu?
This is Lumbu, and despite his car being the only one in an otherwise empty car park, I still managed to hit it.
And finally, David, what is your relationship with Lumbu?
This is Lumbu, and while strolling through ancient Rome in his virtual reality headset, I tripped over a footstool and fell into a fireplace.
Lee's team, where will you begin?
Should we start with Guz? So, you take him round with you because you're scared of ghosts in bedrooms. It's not at home, right?
No, it doesn't affect me at home.
It's only when you go away.
Just a room that I don't know that I ain't slept in.
Is it because he has special exorcist powers, or can it be anybody?
No, particularly the force is strong with...
This one.
expelling demons and scary things like this.
Why is he giggling?
Because he's taking so much money off Guz.
Is it a professional relationship? He works for you?
No, not at all. He's an old-school friend from childhood, because it's quite a difficult sell, that, isn't it? Even to pay somebody money to come along with you, to sleep in the same room as you, usually a single bed at the Premier Inn, and...
I believe there are people who will do that for money.
Did you share the bed, or is he in a different bed? You said it was a single bed.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, doesn't it? Like, you know, quite early in my career, things are a bit tight, when they're like, you know, we'll sort you out a hotel room. It's going to be the one bed, so you have to do what you have to do.
Well, you might have to do what you have to do. Maybe he doesn't want to do what he has to do.
What does Lumbu do for a living, then?
Oh, no, he's got a flexible job and that.
Yeah, no, I didn't say what hours does he do. I said, what does he do?
He works at Leicestershire County Council in an advisory role.
I've never heard a sentence so clearly not sure where it's going when it started. Stretch out. He works in...
You're not scared of ghosts at home? You're only scared of ghosts away from home?
That's correct. It's a childhood phobia, yeah, ghosts, and I was dealing with it quite well until... What's that show that Holly Willoughby does and Keys with the grey hair?
Oh,
This morning.
You know Philip Schofield? He's not a ghost. You know that, do you?
He just went grey very early, Philip.
Yeah, so they had a guest on, and she said she was happily engaged to her fiancé until they moved into a new house, and she started spending time in the spare bedroom alone, and she was communicated with by a spirit. And essentially, it rekindled my fear, because essentially she ended the story live on telly, saying that it had gone to a point now where she and the ghost were like...
Oh, no.
So, like...
Driving a clown car together?
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered a ghost?
No, but this is why it comes along, because I ain't ready to, like...
You've never seen a ghost?
No, I ain't ready for, like, staying in Norfolk in a weird B&B and, like, the spirit of Sheila's like, hello, darling. I ain't ready for that. I don't play in the supernatural games, brother.
Have you tricked a friend into spending nights with you in a single bed by pretending you're scared of ghosts?
I mean, that's a whole different show, but, you know...
All right, who do you want to move on to?
Someone who's telling the truth.
Claudia.
Hello.
Remind us, Claude, of what it was.
OK, well, my local supermarket's gone 24 hours. I went there quite early in the morning, and his car was the only one in the car park, and it was an empty car park, and he was coming out with a trolley, and I managed to hit his car. I did say sorry a million times.
So he was parked, you were arriving.
But
why did you choose a place to park that was so near him?
Well, A, it sounds too weird. I'm
not telling the truth. What's B?
No. I just thought that's where you line up the cars. I thought when the other cars, I didn't want my car to be lonely. I don't know. I was panicked by choice. I wouldn't say it was hit. I think we agreed on that they kissed. We swapped information. I said I was so sorry. I was mortified.
And how did Lumbu react to this? Did he say, why did you park so close to me?
He was confused. I'm speaking for him, but he did come out going...
Well, that's far more animated than he's been for the last 5 minutes. I'm beginning to think he's a ghost.
Did he recognise you?
No, I've never been recognised.
Maybe on...
Never in my life. I don't think Strictly's on telly. Sometimes I sing the theme tune on the tube. Da, 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 da. Nobody looks up.
What supermarket was it?
Sainsbury's.
I'd had you down as Waitrose.
My local Waitrose does not have a car park. You can look that up.
I will.
OK.
What about David's story?
It's not really in the spirit of the game, but I'm happy to dismiss David's story immediately without any questioning whatsoever.
I can't remember. What was your story?
It was nonsense about a virtual reality
headset. Yes,
It was Come
on, you should know by now.
I was walking through ancient Rome in Lumbu's virtual reality headset.
But do you mean it was his personally?
It belonged to the company he works for.
And what company does he work for?
He works for a company that does virtual reality headsets. His firm is launching a sort of virtual reality go-round ancient Rome and other places in the past.
Right.
And they're interested in me providing an instructive and informative voiceover to the...
You tripped on what?
A footstool.
A footstool, and landed in a...
fireplace.
So you landed in your own fireplace?
Sorry. I landed the footstool and the fireplace, for clarity, existed in this realm. In this, the non-virtual reality.
Oh, sorry, in your living room?
Exactly, yes.
So you fell into your own fireplace?
I did, yeah.
And how long had you walked before you tripped?
I've been exploring ancient Rome for probably 2 or 3 minutes.
What, all in your living room?
Yeah, well, the thing is...
How big is your palace?
But you're not supposed to really walk. You're supposed to just sort of...
walk on the spot?
Mime walking.
So why did you change your mind?
I got carried away. I wanted to explore. I could see the Senate House. I wanted to feel Trajan's column.
Well, hang on. Let's imagine now that you had got the gig. Give us the sort of narrative that we might enjoy. I popped on the headset.
Right, OK.
OK, I'm impressed by what I'm seeing. Here I go, look. Here I go. I've got it on. I'm walking.
Don't walk, Rob, on the spot. He's warned you about this. On the spot.
OK.
Wow. I can't believe you get any acting jobs.
Now, I'm hearing nothing, so I'm not happy with it.
Well, you're asking me to improvise informative things about Rome, and I can't.
You're a historian.
Okay. No,
I've heard your
comedian.
Come on.
All right. The Rome's Forum was... The first records of Rome's Forum...
You're not going to make slip-ups like that, are you?
What?
I'm expecting a far more professional outfit.
You get more than one take. How many times did it take you to say the thing about the crunchy nut cornflakes? This is Rome's Forum. The first records of Rome's Forum date from, I don't know, 400 BC.
I'm looking for accuracy with this, please.
That's the person that's writing the script.
He'd have a whole script. He'd be in a voiceover booth.
Hang on. Claudia Winkleman. This is absolute rubbish.
So why did you not end up doing the job?
I'm going to do the job.
Oh, you're doing it?
Yeah.
I don't think so after that. All right. We need an answer. Is Lumbu Guz's fearless friend with the ghosts, Claudia's dented driver in the car park, or David's virtual visitor?
It's a tricky one, because we've got to decide whether Guz is happy to come on national television and admit such a strange thing, or whether Claudia is a terrible parker, or whether David will do any old rubbish for money. And I know which way I'm leaning. What do we think, Lucy?
Well, not the ghosts.
Not the ghost?
No.
We're ruling that out?
Yeah. They're all terribly unbelievable, but I think Claudia's might be the least unbelievable.
I don't believe that there's any fear of ghosts. I think it's Claudia. I think Claudia bumped into his car.
OK, let's go with Claudia.
You're going to say it's Claudia. OK. Lumbu, would you please reveal your true identity?
So I'm Lumbu. I sleep in the same room as girls to protect my
Yes, Lumbu is Guz's fearless friend. Thank you very much, Lumbu. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest, and it's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Matt. Joe, what is Matt to you?
This is Matt. After I made his life hell on the Strictly tour, he took revenge by gelling my hair with Marmite.
Steph, how do you know Matt?
This is Matt. Together, we once threw some knickers at Jennifer Saunders.
Lee, what is your relationship with Matt?
This is Matt, and when he broke both his arms, I used to pop round his house and scratch his itches with a knitting needle.
So there we have it. David's team, where do you start?
OK, Joe, what was Matt's role on the Strictly tour?
Strictly tour is where the people who've been on the show go around the country and you have competitions.
Yes, it's like a little mini competition within itself, and he was one of the hair and makeup guys. So they'd arrive before we did and set everything up on the makeup table. Yeah. So I would get there before he did, hide underneath and wait for ages. He'd come along, set stuff up, and I'd grab him by the ankles and film it. Obviously.
Oh, and film it.
Film it.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah. I do it quite a lot. Behind curtains, behind, like, stages, everything. I just try and get a montage of making Matt jump.
Oh, so started off with ankles under the table and then it escalated into full assault.
Massive. So he had enough towards the end, and we did this one number where I had to have a mohawk for our dance. And then on the last show, he got an empty wax pot and put a whole tub of Marmite in there and used that on my mohawk.
You could smell it? No.
So I couldn't at the time because there's so many other different products and stuff around.
And did half the audience absolutely love it?
Did it work?
It held it, yeah. Because I didn't notice until we got out there, and then we could both smell it because we left the backstage bit.
Oh, it's horrible. Imagine picking up your partner and getting that yeasty smell.
After you'd done the dance, so you then realised it was him. What happened then? Did you confront him? Did you see him?
We just had a moment of, like, well done, you got me. But then, obviously, he doesn't want to lose his job, so he had to rinse it out afterwards.
Well, you can get sacked for japes, can you?
What's japes?
Japes. Japes, you know, practical jokes.
Oh, yeah, well, I think so, yeah.
Well, you're grabbing his ankles. How come you didn't get sacked?
Because I was...
A star.
All right, who would you like to go to next?
So, Steph, this knicker throwing.
Yeah, Matt and I threw knickers at Jennifer Saunders.
Jennifer, right.
Where?
They were nuns and they were trying to get you out of the garden.
Liverpool.
Empire?
Yeah.
Never give them options.
What was the show? What was the show called?
French and Saunders.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good. I'd like that. I've heard of it.
I have to ask, why were you throwing pants?
Because Matt and I are big fans of French and Saunders, and we thought that would be a creative way to get your attention and tell you that we think you're brilliant.
Did it get your attention?
No, I don't remember that at all.
But the windmill got your attention.
Pardon?
The windmill.
What windmill?
What's that? So we decided, as a backup, we'd also make windmills with your face on. So we made one of Don French and one of you.
Can I just check, is this going to end in a restraining order?
What sort of windmills?
You know those things you put in your garden or you get on the beach or whatever?
So not a windmill?
No, No, not
One of those
like
little
Throw a whole
things.
windmill at somebody.
I think we understood that it wouldn't grind grain.
Into the show, we threw the knickers, and then when we realised that hadn't worked, then we went backstage and waited for you. That's the stage door.
When you say worked, what were you expecting to happen?
Just like to, I don't know, just to...
Be invited backstage. Who threw those knickers? Would you like to go out for a drink?
Yeah, but I was a teenager, you know. There wasn't social media and things back then, so we couldn't tweet you and say anything, or...
This is what it was like before the internet. When before blogging or Twitter, you had to write a message on a windmill and throw it at somebody. Life was so simple.
That's what Grindr used to be.
We weren't trying to chat them up, we were just trying to show our, you know, appreciation.
So the windmills had their faces on, and the idea with the windmills is that you'd hand them over.
Yeah, and just go, we love you.
Here's a windmill with your face on it.
The international language of love.
Charming.
Yeah.
That is charming.
Here's a windmill, not here's a windmill, now can I have a selfie?
I think it's better,
quite nice.
better than the
It is quite nice, Jennifer, but if it's true, the sad ending to this, that all this effort she made and you have no recollection of it whatsoever.
How do you know Matt?
We grew up together.
How would he say the word poor?
Actually, he's turned a bit posh now, so...
OK.
So he wouldn't say it at all?
Yeah.
So, Lee...
Can you remind us, Lee?
Yeah, this is Matt, and I used to pop round to his house when he broke both his arms so I could itch him with knitting needles.
Yep. Now, on what basis should we believe that?
Because if it's not true, there's a chance she's been throwing windmills at people.
How do you know Matt?
Who's Matt? Oh, this fella?
Yeah.
Oh. I do a show called Would I Lie to You? And a few seconds ago, he just walked on stage. And since then, we've become really good friends. I know Matt because... I was going to say we went to school together. I've changed my mind. I used to take him to school. And drop him off because he's my son. That'll do. He's my son. I know Matt. I don't actually know Matt very well. I play five-a-side football with the local dads, and he plays sometimes. He's one of the sons of one of the fathers. And so I know him a little bit, just to say hello. Yeah. So I say, hello, Matt. And he never waves, but we know why I know. And I felt a bit responsible, if I'm going to be honest, about the breaking of the arms. And so I felt the least I could do is pop round and see how he is. And so...
Why did you feel responsible?
Well, I broke his arms. And I think that was it.
How did you break them?
I was reversing in my car. And he was up a ladder. And he was putting me off, so I thought, I'll have him. Just nudged the ladder gently. And so I didn't really break his arms, gravity did.
Where was this ladder, Lee?
It was from the ground up to where he was painting a window ledge.
So what chain of events led to you going into his home and scratching his itch?
A few days later, after the incident, I was playing football with his dad, and I felt bad, and, you know, I even said, does he want to play? He doesn't have to go in goal. And... He said, no, he can't play. He's in agony. And so I said, I'll pop round and see how he's getting on. And so I knocked on the door. And he answered the door, and that was awkward.
How did he answer the door?
It's not dignified seeing a man opening the door with his teeth. Especially with a glass window. He was all squat, all his nose. So I said to him, is there anything I can do? He says, I've got a terrible itch. And I said, well, it must be horrible under that plaster. He went, oh, no, bad news, that's not where the itch is.
So you got the knitting needles.
Got the knitting needles, one up the arm, and I did everywhere. I gave him the full scratching treatment.
And how many times did you return to the house to scratch him?
How many times? I would say in total 12. It wasn't just to obviously, you know...
On 12 occasions,
yeah,
you returned
to the
house?
toilet a few times, because he couldn't go to the toilet either.
So you were essentially a full-time carer?
No. His dad would help out sometimes.
Right, OK.
But I felt responsible, and it was...
You were responsible.
I felt responsible.
How is Matt now? Is he fully recovered?
Well, he hasn't moved his arms, I've noticed.
All right. We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Matt Joe's pranking pal, Steph's lingerie launcher, or Lee's plastered patient?
I think it's Lee.
I was there, and even I don't believe it.
Let's put Lee aside for now.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
I don't think Marmite would hold. I think it's sloppier than that.
You would smell it straight away as well, wouldn't you?
And it is a risky thing for someone to do to a star, isn't it? I think it's Steph.
You think it's Steph?
It'd be great to go for Steph, because if it's true, it's
true,
lovely.
it'd be great,
and if it's false, it's brilliant that you think it's her.
Yes.
So you're going to go for Steph?
We think it's Steph, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Matt, and together, Steph and I, through knickers, with Jennifer Saunders.
Yes, Matt is Steph's lingerie launcher. Thank you very much, Matt. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. Now, this week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to David's team to spot who is telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Eamon. So, Tom, what is Eamon to you?
This is Eamon, and after a night out on the tiles with me, he was unable to walk for 2 days.
Right, so, Tom's partying pal. Vicky, how do you know Eamon?
This is my neighbour, Eamon, and for about a month we each thought we were conversing with an owl, when in reality we were each hooting at the other.
Vicky's featherless friend. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Eamon?
This is Eamon. He caught me climbing out of the boot of my car after I'd smuggled myself into his safari park.
David, where do you want to begin?
Well, Tom.
Yes?
So what was it that happened to Eamon that stopped him walking for 2 days?
None of your goddamn business. I was doing a gig.
Mm-hmm.
We went out.
Describe the evening.
We went to a nightclub and we got drunk and... Sorry, everybody. And I was actually thrown out of the nightclub when I tried to prop myself up on a rope barrier and fell on the floor.
Hang on a minute, Tom.
Yes.
You've done a gig
Yes.
where you're compos mentis, you're sober,
Completely.
you're being your wonderful, glittering self,
Yes.
you're entertaining literally dozens of people. And then you go out with your friend Eamon,
Yes.
laughing Eamon there. What does he do?
He's a photographer.
A photographer.
Does he take photos of you for your desktop file?
So you fell over.
Yes.
The bouncers go, hang on, someone in here has been drinking.
Yes.
And throw you out.
Yes.
I hope they said it in exactly that voice, Derek.
So then, Eamon, being my friend, took me back to my hotel, but I could not remember what room I was in, and so he had to put me in the lift. He went up to each floor to see if the key would work on any of the doors on that floor. So Eamon went off to try the doors. But he didn't want to leave me in the lift in case the lift door closed and I went to another floor and he never saw me again. So he draped me across the threshold of the lift.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the doors were constantly opening and closing across my head.
How many floors did he check?
I think it wasn't a huge one, but it was probably about 6 floors high.
6 floors.
And on 6 separate occasions, the lift doors are banging on your head.
Several times on each floor. And at that point, he realised I was actually staying not in the main part of the hotel, but in an annex next to it, which had no lift, and so he had no choice but to drag me to my room.
And all this lugging and dragging and left him unable to walk.
Did his back in and left him unable to walk
I'm
for 2 days.
surprised you could walk after all that.
Well, I'm a very resilient person, Esme.
Who would you like to question next?
OK, so, Vicky.
Just remind us what it was that you said, Vicky.
This is my neighbour, Eamon, and for a month we both thought we were conversing with an owl when, in fact, we were just hooting at each other.
Could you show us a hoot?
That's rich coming from you.
OK, so what I heard was... Woo.
That's a ghost.
And I went, because I'm quite keen on owls, and I went...
What's that? That's a mouse.
No, it's the call and response of the tawny owl.
Is it? And you thought, we must welcome the tawny owl.
Yeah. This owl's gonna be lonely.
Yeah.
Unless I let it know that it has a friend.
Do you realise that what you're doing, strictly speaking, is grooming? Because you're not an owl. You're pretending to be an owl under false pretences to...
Catfishing.
I hadn't really thought that it was owl fishing.
OK.
Yes.
What happened next?
Cut to, a few nights later, I am going to the back door, and I go and I think, well, I wonder if that owl is out there. So I go...
Oh, hang on, that's the reply.
Why didn't you do the oo?
Well, because actually the wit is the call, and the woo is the reply.
Well, hang on, then. Why did you wit when you heard a woo? Because that owl was clearly already talking to someone else. Finally, there's an owl in the area, and you just interrupt.
And then how did you find out he wasn't the owl?
Look at him. It'd be great now if his head just span round.
At the end of our road is a off-licence shoppy type thing, and I was in there, and Eamon was buying a Sunday paper. One of the things that was in there was a supplement which was about nature, and one of the things that they'd done a survey on was something called Owl Prowl. And it was lists of sightings of owls.
Can I just say, I've had years of experience in this. You are digging a massive hole. You didn't need to mention the supplements.
Anyway, Owl Prowl.
Sorry, so Owl Prowl, yes. And I said, I think there's an owl in this neighbourhood. And he said, there is, I've heard it. And I said, I think it's a tawny owl. And I said, in fact, I heard it last night. And he said, so did I. And then it gradually dawned on us both that what we'd been doing was...
I see. Replying.
Hooting.
Yeah.
Is this the plot of, like, a rom-com with Meg Ryan?
Yeah. What about Lee? Would you remind us of your claim?
This is Eamon. He caught me climbing out of the boot of my car after I tried to smuggle myself into his safari park.
How long ago?
This was 13 years ago.
So what was the saving?
The saving was, I think it was £35 for an adult.
Right.
But the reason why I didn't want to pay is because I had been before to the safari park, and I'd come out without the annual pass, and I was annoyed. So I got so irritated, and we had a bit of a row, me and my wife, because I said, go back and get the annual pass, and she said, no. And in the end, I said, well, look, I'm just going to sneak in the boot. We had our baby on the back seat. He wouldn't get in the boot with me, so...
So when you were in the boot, how were you lying in the boot? How big a
bit
boot
like
was
now.
it?
How were you found, Lee? The plan was that...
The plan was to just get
driven in.
Yes. So what happened, I said to my wife, is once we're in, pull over when it's safe, and she stopped. But the reason she stopped, I thought because we were safe, but no, it wasn't because she was safe. It's because a load of monkeys were crossing the road. So she stopped to let these monks cross. I think it's now safe to get out. We've got a safety latch in the boot. I think the thing, I got out...
You let yourself out of a boot?
Well, there's a little latch on...
No, there's not.
There is.
Is
safety
there?
latch. There has been since 2013.
Can I ask you
All
something?
boots have to be fitted with an inner safety latch.
But this was 13 years ago, not 2013.
Exactly. So luckily, I had an advanced model. I had the prototype. The first car on the market to have a boot latch inside it.
You get out...
Do you not remember the advert? Sick of your boot only opening from the outside? No longer. With the new Skoda internal boot latch. 6.4. No, so Eamon, who is working at the safari park...
As what?
He was the ranger, and his job was to make sure people...
What sort of equipment did he have?
Oh, he had it all. He had a big net.
His helmet?
No, he had a big net, he had a gun, he had a thing over his thing with lots of little darts in. He had a safari jacket on.
He had a snooker cue, a tennis racket, a banjo. And he spotted you climbing out of the boot.
Correct.
What were the monkeys doing as you got out of the boot? Did they just go on with their business,
luckily,
or did they...
The first thing they did was they removed the dead zebra that was lying on the floor, and that's what they were using to cross. But then they... It's confusing when a zebra just dies. Everyone just walks across.
And your wife must have been alarmed.
No, that's just the car. And... So I get out the boot, there's mayhem, he comes over, what are you doing? Get in the car! And then he does something to the monkeys, which is like he waves something, and they run. He just goes, and they go, and they run.
Are you just retelling the plot of Jumanji?
The monkeys have gone.
The monkeys are gone because he waved the anti-monkey stick.
Can you remember what it looked like, this anti-monkey stick?
Yeah, I remember it being very bright. I remember it being like a light, a very long light, like
lightsaber,
like Star Wars,
like a lightsaber.
He had a lightsaber.
He'd say, this is a job not for the net or the dart gun, but the lightsaber.
Right, he started doing that.
So
I think this was a lie, but I think Lee is starting to believe it on some level.
Yeah.
He's so far into it.
What happens then?
So then he's telling me off. First of all, get in the car. Safety first.
Yeah.
So
Does he get in the car with you?
He gets in the car. Now he starts telling me off through the window. Now, I can't open the window, which I tried to do politely. He went, close your window. So he went, what the hell are you doing out? Can't hear you. He said, leave the window on. Not open the window. I said, I can't hear you. Don't open the window. I said, I can't hear you. Don't open the window. And then eventually thought it'd be easy to just get in.
Difficult
this is 13 years ago, by the way.
for him to get in with all his equipment.
And the baby in the baby seat in the back seat.
He gets just past the baby. He sits in between the baby. There's the baby. There's me. No, there's baby.
So you're in the back as well. You didn't get in the front.
I didn't get in the front because I just panicked. He said, "Get in the car now." I just got in the first door I saw.
Okay.
And I had to climb over the baby. Then he had to climb over the baby. Shut both the doors.
Your wife's in the front, and in the back are you, Eamon, the baby, the net, the lightsaber, and the dart gun.
Correct. You all right?
Oh, look, he's crying at the memory of it.
It's bringing back tears, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
How does this come to a conclusion, Lee?
Well, so he looked at me and he said, is there any reason you've made me come in here with all this paraphernalia? What kind of idiot would get out the back of it? Are you trying to sneak in and not pay? I said, well, the thing is, stop laughing. I said, the thing, at least comb your beard up so it covers your mouth. And my wife said, don't talk to me like that. And he says, why are you sneaking in? And I told him the story I told you. And he didn't believe either. Yeah. And he chastised me. He gave me a good telling off. He said, you're risking your life here. He says, you're not going to believe this. He says, but exactly a week ago, a fella got out the boot of his car. And unfortunately, he'd used a new banana shampoo, and they literally dragged him off into the forest, and he was never seen again.
I remember. I think I read about that.
Do you remember?
It's OK. You can relax now. We need an answer. So, David's team is Eamon, Tom's partying pal, Vicky's featherless friend, or maybe Lee's wildlife warden.
What I don't get with Lee's story is why, in the beginning, was he going to lengths of sneaking himself in like a journalist entering a war zone when it was just a safari park?
Because, I mean, listen, we just had a baby and things were tight. I mean, I'd spent most of my money on a new car that had a new facility to get ourselves out of the loop.
Basically, we have 3 stories. One of them isn't possible. Yes. 2 of them are unlikely but possible. And I think I'll leave it there.
So who's it going to be then? Time to decide.
I don't know. So you think... You think Tom?
No, I think Vicky.
You think Vicky? If you're divided...
Yes.
I will cast my casting vote for Tom.
Saying it's Tom. OK, Eamon, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Eamon, and I had to get Tom back to his hotel room.
Yes, Eamon is Tom's partying pal. Thank you very much, Eamon. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of David's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to Lee's team to spot who is telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Christina. So, Joe, what is Christina to you?
Well, this is Christina. I once borrowed her car, then later watched in horror as a Frenchman crushed it with his lorry.
Right, Joe's carless companion. Kiri, how do you know Christina?
This is Christina, and my dog ate the tip of her finger.
Kiri's dog's dinner. And finally, David, what is your relationship with Christina?
This is Christina. When my list of implausible things that have happened to me that I could talk about on Would I Lie to You blew away, she returned it to me.
And so there we have it. Lee's team, where will you begin?
Joe, could you just remind me again what you said? Sorry.
I borrowed Christina's car, then later on a Frenchman crushed the car with his lorry.
So you borrowed her car?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had to go to a gig in Nottingham.
And you've borrowed the car, you've gone to the gig, and then you've...
What happened was we got down the M1 and everyone said, let's stop and have breakfast like you do. 3 o'clock in the morning, you know.
Have you got other comedians in the car with you?
Yeah. And then I didn't realise, but we were actually in the lorry park and not the car park.
Did the truck reverse into your car?
It did.
All right, now. And you're in the car?
And we're in it,
So why didn't you blow the horn or get attention?
Because it wasn't my car.
But a horn is a horn.
You're still allowed to use the horn. Still not touch that, it's not mine. I've got very dirty fingers.
Excuse me. It didn't have the horn in the middle of the steering wheel. Of course, that's the first thing I tried. I went, like that.
Sorry, where was the horn?
It was on the end of a stalk, you know.
How did you fit the stalk in there if you had all these...
You said it was a Frenchman driving this. How would you know? Did he go, ooh, le crush?
No, what happened was I was trying to find the horn, windscreen wipers...
As ever.
Yeah. And eventually I did find it, but his lorry had already hit the car and started to make a crunching noise because we were against the wall.
But it properly crushed?
No, not concertinaed it in, but it's...
Well, were you hit or were you crushed? You're the one that said crushed.
You know, crushed the front
of it. The crumple
zone,
zone, I imagine.
He stopped. I got out of the car, went round to him, and he opened his cab and went...
C'est la vie!
I don't think he said,
that's life.
That's
life!
So go on, talk us through the conversation when you saw Christina.
Well, I phoned her. I said, look, I'm really sorry, I've had an accident with your car.
And she said, not again. Have you not putting plastic sheets down?
So the upshot of it was that I actually did manage to drive it home. It had the grill had sort of half fallen off.
And you drove home like that? Sorry, were you comedians or clowns? Oh no!
Right, what about Kiri?
OK, so Kiri, you're claiming that This lady's fingertip is missing.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one, this, because she is covering her hand, but she would have been told to do that to give her lie a chance, if she's lying.
Cunning.
Yeah.
Is she a friend of yours?
She's my auntie.
Were you there when it happened?
Yeah.
Where was it?
It was in her kitchen.
In her kitchen. Your dog?
Yeah.
What sort of dog have you got?
I've got Jack Russell.
Little Jack Russell?
Why are you sitting like he's a little cute? He's taken someone's finger off.
It wasn't his fault. He didn't think it was a finger when he ate it.
What did he think it was? Ate it? Did he gulp it down?
Yeah.
So how much of the finger are we talking here?
So she was peeling potatoes.
Right.
But she was doing it too fast and she had her finger out like that. And then she was doing it really quickly, and I was talking to her, so she was distracted. And she just went like that, and then a big curl of her finger.
That can happen now.
Well, hang on, so now you're saying she didn't... So it wasn't the end of the finger, it was the sort of fleshy bit.
Yeah, so like the tip came off.
Ooh. And you're
then
Jack Russell, like a shark. Smelt the blood in the air, leapt up.
And I'm presuming there was blood splurting everywhere.
Yeah, there was a lot of blood.
And what happens next? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was just panicking.
Because you thought, there's not going to be no chips now?
So my dad got, like, loads and loads of kitchen roll and just, like, held it down and then took her to A&E and she got some stitches.
The dog's still doing all right? The dog's
dead.
It's not... Really? That was a hell of a punishment. I'm not happy about the peeling technique. This away from you. Surely people peel towards them like that, don't they?
What?
Yeah.
No.
I peel towards.
I peel towards. I do my carrots the other way.
Enough of the filth.
Right, now then, what about David's?
Remind us again, David.
Well, this is Christina.
Hi, Christina. Give us a wave.
And when my list of implausible things I could talk about on this show blew away, she returned it to me.
So hang on, where were you at the time?
I was in the garden.
How many things were on the list?
Oh, I mean, hundreds of things were on the list.
Well,
hundreds of amazing things that, unfortunately, I can't tell you about for obvious reasons.
So I just clarify, you've got hundreds of things on the list.
Hundreds of things on this
list. And the last
list.
few series have been the best of those things that have happened in your life?
No, because I asked them to save the best stuff for after Series 30.
Okay.
In the hope that one of the pair of you will be dead.
You're in the garden to that
moment.
moment.
I've been copying the list out onto a fresh piece of paper.
From what?
From an older piece of paper that had become...
You're far more meticulous about this show than I am.
Yes. I keep a piece of paper with me at all times.
Yes, I know.
In my
you
diary.
need to in your condition.
Yeah. Anyway, it'd been folded up in my diary, and I've been adding these amazing, brilliant anecdotes which fans of the show will be familiar with.
Where does it blow to?
Over the wall.
Your heart must have gone into your mouth when you saw all that magic disappear.
Yeah, well, I thought this is a security issue.
Of course.
I don't want this blowing away in the world. Someone can photograph it, put it on social media, and there goes Series 31 to 36 of this show. Down the toilet like the paper from the other pocket.
And so it blows over the wall. So is this lady your neighbour?
No. Beyond the wall at the bottom of the house is some allotments.
Oh. And was she allotting at that time?
She was allotting.
Did you run down, scamper down?
Well, it blew... Initially, it rested briefly on
a marrow.
On a, as you rightly say, on a quivering marrow. Rested on the lawn, and then so I ambled towards it in quite a relaxed manner, which I later came to regret, because a second gust of wind took it right over the wall into the allotment.
How high is the wall?
100 feet.
Wow. Let's have another guess.
You sure?
Thank God for that trampoline.
It's quite a tall wall.
Right. Is it taller than you?
Not 100 feet. That's an exaggeration.
OK.
So suddenly Christina is just happily in her allotment and she sees your ghostly head rising above a high wall. What a horrible experience.
Well, I certainly do look disgusting. But the upshot was...
She passed you the piece of paper.
She consented to go and pick up the piece of paper.
Were you not tempted at that point, given you're so high up on the fence, to just jump the wall and go and get it?
No.
So what was the chain of events that ended up with Christina and you becoming friends? Did you say, oh, you handed that sheet of paper over ever so lovely, do you fancy ever meeting up for a cup of tea?
You know, we've never met up for a cup of tea.
So, why is Christina here?
Have you never seen this show before? All right. We need an answer. So, Lee's team, is Christina Joe's carless companion, Kiri's dog's dinner, or David's helpful hero?
I think it's Kiri's dog's dinner.
Why?
Yeah. I can see it happening. Seems plausible.
Joe's is plausible up until the driving home bit. You can't be crushed and drive home.
Which way are you leaning, Henning?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with Simon.
I can see Kiri and him. I can see him having a drink together
as well.
They look very similar.
Yeah.
So we think it's Kiri, do we?
Yeah.
OK.
You're going to say that it's Kiri and the finger and the dog? OK. Christina, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Christina, and Joe wrecked my car.
Yes, Christina is Joe's carless companion. Thank you very much, Christina. Our next round is called This Is My, where we bring on a mystery guest who has a close connection to one of our panellists. This week, each of Lee's team will claim it's them that has the genuine connection to the guest. It's up to David's team to spot who's telling the truth. So please welcome this week's special guest, Jake. So, Oti, what is Jake to you?
This is Jake, and on the German version of Strictly, I knocked his tooth out with a high kick.
So, Oti's damaged dancer. James, how do you know Jake?
This is Jake. When he split up with his girlfriend, everyone blamed me instead of him.
Right, James's breakup buddy. And finally, Lee, what is your relationship with Jake?
This is Jake. I once knocked him into a grave with a frisbee.
So there we have it. Oti's damaged dancer, James's breakup buddy, or Lee's frisbeed friend. David's team, where to begin?
OK, so why were you on German Strictly?
Oh, so I live in Germany, and that's where the UK version found me.
And Jake was your...
He was the celebrity.
What does he do?
He's a weatherman.
He's a weatherman?
Wetterman.
What is he?
Wetterman.
He's a German weatherman.
But he's very talented because he's a weatherman. I mean, this is difficult to do.
Well,
and he can dance. I have a lot of admiration for the weatherman and weatherwomen.
Yeah, but that's all you're doing is showing people to tables. It probably looks really skillful.
How good a dancer was he? Because on Strictly, you often have people that aren't very good.
We made it up to week 9.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, in German, that's 0, so it means week 0.
No.
Nine means
it's
no.
It's close enough, Rob. It's close enough as a joke.
9 does not mean 0.
It means week no, OK?
No,
just let it go.
No, because the joke doesn't work.
Well, I think you'll find that all us lot disagree.
So what happened? You said you hit him?
Yeah, so this was during a live show, right? And the worst part is, that was the end of the number. So you have to go there and stand by the judges.
The worst part is he knocked his tooth out. Typical dancer mentality, and the worst thing is we got judged terribly.
Did you get through to the next week?
Yeah, it's Germany. They vote.
Germany have got a terrible history for voting for the wrong person, haven't they? Why is that an ooh? Surely you would agree with that. Why is that contentious? Is that a room splitter?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we liked Adolf Hitler.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just contemplating the rise of fascism.
What about James?
James, what's the scenario?
This is Jake, and when he split up with his girlfriend, everyone blamed me instead of him.
Why?
Because I had to deliver the news.
What do you mean?
We wrote a letter together. We were like 15, and it was Jake's first girlfriend, and he hadn't got experience of how to break up with people. And to be fair, not even less. And we decided, he's like, I've got to break up with her, and I don't know how to do it.
Why has he got to break up with her?
They weren't really clicking, they didn't have much chemistry.
Right.
Did you write it together?
Yeah, we wrote it together in a field.
Do you remember that letter at all?
It was... I remember it started off with, Dear Yvonne, this is the hardest letter I've ever had to write.
Why were you in a field?
We went for... We liked to go for a lot of walks, me and Jack.
I can see what's happening here. Am I the only one that knows what's happening here?
Why didn't he write it on his own? Why you?
Because I think he was worried he would say the wrong thing, and so we tried to, like...
So he wanted to make sure?
Yeah, it's like, maybe we can work on it together, and we sat down in the field and we wrote this letter.
And can you remember more of the text?
I know that it didn't really drop the bombshell until a little bit in, because I remember when I gave it to her, to begin with, she was very excited to receive a letter from Jake, and then she was going through...
Did you stand there while she was reading the letter?
Yeah.
You stood there?
Well, I stood there. So she was in my form.
Yeah.
So I had to go over to her table and go, oh, this is from Jake. And she was like, oh, Jake's given me a letter. And then all the girls on the table were like, yes!
Why did you give it to in front of other people?
I was 15 years old. You're a grown man.
Did she look at you, like, did she blame it on you straight away?
Yeah, as soon as they all got to that bit, they all looked at me and were like, I'm really furious with me and really angry.
Right. I see.
And Jake was, yeah, I mean, Jake's a wild boy. They kind of expected it from him.
When you say wild, what exactly do you mean?
He went through a phase when he used to jump in the school long jump pit naked. He played Mr. Hyde in a play and licked a girl's face. I was in a band with him. Really? Yeah, he was a keyboard player, but he couldn't play keyboard, so we turned it all the way down. Then we chucked him out the band and he smashed his keyboard up in the woods.
He really is a wild man. All right. Now, what about Lee?
So, Lee, what's this grave frisbee
Just remind us, Lee.
This is Jake, and I once knocked him into a grave with a frisbee.
So, how did that happen?
Well, there was a frisbee, and it hit him, and he fell in the grave. I mean... What more do you need to know, David?
Were you in a cemetery?
I was just on the edge of a cemetery. I was on the other side of a wall of a cemetery.
Mm-hmm. And so, what were you playing with? A friend? Kids?
Yeah, I find frisbee on my own quite hard. I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of this is Jake, and I once hit him with a boomerang, and he fell into a grave.
So, who were you playing frisbee with?
With my son.
And how high was the wall of this cemetery?
It was about... It's quite low. It's about 3 foot, 4 foot. Just a very, very low wall.
In French?
No, it was in the countryside in England.
No, because 3 foot, 4 foot is what in French? I don't know.
It is 4 foot. No, sorry, it's 4 foot.
What was he doing in the cemetery?
What was he doing?
Yeah.
He was actually the grave digger. Look at his face. Of course I'm telling the truth. I say grave digger, I mean body snatcher.
Why were you there? Were you on holiday?
I just was having a day out to some church my wife wanted to see. So my wife and my son and me, we went off. We went off to a field, had a look at a church. My wife loves the church, so she had a look at the church. Me and my son are not interested in church. Are you all right there? And I said, well, me and you, we always take a frisbee because everywhere she goes and looks at, we're not, we're often on Oxford Street when she's shopping.
So how did she find out about that particular church?
She went on Google when she was looking about slugs.
So how did he fall in the grave?
Because he was looking at his hole. The hole he just dug, and he obviously just finished. He was very proud. It's a 6-foot hole. It takes a long time to dig a 6-foot hole. Trust me, I know. I've buried a few. And he's looking down, thinking, I finally finished. And but as luck would have it, my son missed it, went over his head, hit him on the back of the knee, and he's gone straight in.
OK. How did you know he fell into the grave?
How do I know he fell in the grave? Because there was a fella stood there and then he wasn't.
All right, we need an answer. So, David's team. Is Jake Otie's damaged dancer, James's break-up buddy, or Lee's frisbeed friend?
I don't buy the dancing, but I think James's story is very plausible, and they look alike anyway.
That's not a rule.
They're not claiming to be brothers, they're claiming to be friends.
Well, you have to have a reason. That's my reason. There you go.
What are you thinking, Danny?
James. I really believe this story.
Yeah. David?
Yeah, I think probably James.
Oh, OK. There's no doubt within your team, David.
There's no doubt.
We think we know, and which is absurd, because, of course, we don't. But, you know...
Jake, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Jake, and James helped me break up with my girlfriend.
Yes, Jake is James's break-up buddy. Thank you very much, Jake.